Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Dreamfall Chapters. When we left off last time, we were hanging out as Keon. We had finished investigating all the metal pipework in the city. Definitely something that we need to find a way to destroy. Here we are to check back in with our team. Oh, and I cannot go outside to check on the fate of Bip, who we saw yanked away from the window of the home we were in, but right after Keon stepped outside. So it could be that Keon yanked him away from the window, or it could be somebody else did. Just don't know. Alright, let's go tell everybody what happened. Who do we want to talk to first? I mean, we're making friends with Liko, and that's good, because he did want to kill us, but I feel like potentially we can foster a friendship there and reach a peace with one another. I mean, we had a pretty good conversation a little bit ago, so might be fine. But Enu is also kind of angry with us right now, so maybe it would be good to...
we don't get to choose.
They've taken him.
Yeah.
Light. Are you sure it's Bip?
Oh, no.
I knew this would happen. We have no time to spare. We must get to him before...
The cloud ship just unmoored and is already heading for Gien. It's too late.
And none of y'all could intervene and help?
And
well, I mean, I'm sure they
mission
probably...
here for one child's life.
Emma, why are you even part of this?
That he's not worth the trouble.
You're such an angry, angry man. Do you really want Keon to leave Mercuria and risk his life to save one boy?
I think maybe it's Keon's choice.
I thought so.
See? This is what happens when we murder Azadi soldiers just for the hell of it.
Enu?
That has nothing to do
It was
with
not just for the hell of
They're
it.
taking all the magicals away.
Yeah, they've been doing that for some time now.
And I know what the pipes are for.
What?
Really?
Are you serious?
I'll explain later. Right now, we need to rescue the boy.
I couldn't care less what you do with your life, Keon. But if you die, the resistance suffers.
I thought you were on the edges and
if
weren't
I don't
committed
go
to
after
anything.
him, Bip suffers.
Can we really afford to lose more people? I mean, we've lost so many, and the Ane's still in custody.
She should be dead.
Does your language even have a word for forgiveness?
Not that I'm aware of.
I need to think about this. I can't just abandon the boy, but... we can't stay here. The Azadi are hunting me. The General knows I'm alive.
Honey, how did that happen? Did you approach him?
No!
Are you trying to curry favors with your former masters?
Give me some credit.
Curry favors? How would I even... I'm not trying to curry any favors with...
Stop it, both of you! You're really annoying and loud.
You sometimes too, though. All of us are getting
Let's get on a
sidetracked
table before
here.
All of it gets in trouble for harboring a fugitive. Shepard will want to have a say in the discussion.
This isn't over, Keon.
Liko.
Hush.
We sat and we talked to each other. We were sharing same viewpoints. You're really this suspicious still that I'm going to try to betray the resistance? Come on. Especially when I'm showing all this concern over Bip, the magical boy, right? I'm ready to abandon everything to go save him. I would say that says something. Alright, alright. I like this group overall, and I think it's a good group, but what a disjointed, bickering group.
On Propast, where 8 I officers and 5 civilians were killed by Marxist Party members. The Syndicate has promised to maintain heightened security across Europolis.
And we're not going to follow up on Bip. Oh, of course.
Elections.
Of course, it's going to throw us back over here.
The district remains under full eye lockdown and 24-hour curfew. We're now joined by Marek Farah in Propast.
Ooh, is this
Marek,
Chloe?
how are regular people in Propast
Damage
handling
from
this
the bomb?
very difficult situation?
Well, Rika, as you can see, the streets here are deserted, almost 2 months after the August attack on the I headquarters in Propast. There's security everywhere, and everyone who goes outside is subject to random searches and arrests.
Don't burn our dinner.
There is a 24-hour curfew in effect, but people are allowed to traverse the district as long as they carry the appropriate paperwork and submit to any searches and questions.
What about essentials like food and water, Marek? Are any stores or restaurants still open?
I think this is done.
Everything is closed, Rika,
Smells good.
but rations are distributed to residents of Propast on a regular basis. Medical personnel are on constant standby. No one here is in any immediate danger of starvation.
Has there been any indication of how long this lockdown will continue?
The Syndicate is not saying, Rika, but spokespeople have hinted that Propast will remain under Syndicate guardianship until after the election.
In perpetuity.
We appear to have lost our connection to Marek Farah in Propast. We will attempt to re-establish the connection. In the meantime, when we come back, we talk to someone very close to Marxist leader and terrorist mastermind Marta Rebus about her dark and...
Oh!
Shit. Power's out again.
Oh, this has been
I'm sure
a
they're
recurring
doing this
problem?
just to screw with us. I'll have to check the emergency fuel cell in the kitchen cabinet. It should have kicked in by now.
So, lots of interesting things there, and she might be right. It feels like, so there's this Marxist attack, and it does feel like Syndicate is taking this as the perfect opportunity. Okay, well, there's an emergency. We gotta lock everybody down. We gotta restrict everybody, all the movement. We can't risk more deadly attack, like all the fear-mongering to keep everyone in place, to keep everyone very tightly under control. I've no doubt that's what they're doing. And this whole, oh, well, just until the election. No, and then the election's going to happen, and then there's going to be something else and some other reason to keep everyone under control, to keep everyone locked out. Always some new crisis, some excuse to extend these temporary emergency powers. So, well, okay. And yeah, I do believe she said there, that potentially this is just messing with the power. But okay, so lots of things going on here. We've got this whole new look going on. She looks like she came out of the blast okay. Like she's got something on the side of her face, some kind of digital looking something, and I'm assuming that's maybe like she was wounded, and that's to help with that. Dramatic new haircut, because we can see there's some scarring on the side of her head, so they would have had to clear the hair away for that. Okay, let's see what the journal has to say about it. Okay. Did we read Thursday really already? What next Thursday? Let's see. Okay, she was worrying about handing all the data over to Sully in the hand, which was the right decision, but oh man, oh no. So after Nela's... I would assume that Nela's not okay after that. If she ran in and she was the source of the blast, I'm assuming it was some kind of bomb, then I would think probably that would, it said 5 citizens and how many people, so I would be certain Nela would be one of the ones. I'm going to be very surprised if she's still around. And I didn't agree with her politics, even less so now. I definitely don't agree with someone taking action like that, my gosh. But what a bummer that it had to go down that road. All right. And my concern is that happening right on the heels of, we saw already they were working to quash the story with the hand, and then Nela pulling that right after. Just the timing is so terrible. I'm sure that story got completely buried. Because how could he was going to try to fight to get it out there, but then everybody's locked down because of this Marxist issue, and it's just a perfect pretext to keep the hand unable to get the story out. Okay, things were going poorly with Reza, which is great. She wants to stay friends. No one knows why. Talking about work and decisions. Okay, we did read all of this one. September 28th. Let's see. This year just keeps on giving. I'm going to call this the giving year. We began with a coma. The second act climaxed with my friend turning suicide bomber and me back in a hospital, which means that, yes, Nela is dead. Hello, fancy skin grafts. Goodbye, awesome ponytail. Yep. I just cannot wait to see what the third act of 2220 brings. Which... just the dates. Right? 2020, all kinds of crazy things happening here in the real world in the game. 2220 is when it starts going crazy. All right. Well, not just starts, because we've heard about their history. There was soda pop wars in the past, so it's been a lot of madness for a while. Great wealth, awesome sex, many fruity drinks, I imagine. Yeah, it's been a long summer. Oh, did we jump for... Yeah, September 28th. And what was the date on this one? Which Thursday? Give me a date. What month were we in back in these ones? This was quite some time ago, I thought. July. Yeah, we were going around in July, near the end of July, and now we're at the end of September. And now I'm stuck in my apartment with restricted wire access, shitty food rations, and no way out of Pest. Not only that, but I'm out of a job. Really? Mira let me go. Via a recorded message. Classy. But I'm not upset. Pest's under total lockdown, so there's no business. She couldn't afford to keep me on. Okay. But so that means it wasn't personal, though. Like, everybody's struggling, and there's hope that... Why would I even say that? I'm thinking, there's hope that she could get the job back afterwards, but this wasn't a great job anyhow, so maybe this is for the best. She could have still told me in person, though, but meh. Would you really want her to, though? Because she wasn't going to say anything nice to you in person. She was going to be nasty because that's just how she is. Recorded message might be the better way to go. I'm actually surprised I haven't succumbed to a deep and abiding depression yet. Maybe they've put something in these food rations. If so, thank you, our magnificent corporate overlords. Speaking of my mental health, I haven't been able to get in touch with Roman. Good. They told me he stopped by the hospital to check up on me, but I was covered in grafts and probably looked like shit. I guess he's left Pest. Must be the hair. That hair works magic on everyone. Oh, it's good that he's moved. Well, I was going to say it's good that he's moving on and maybe she can stop fixating on him. But the truth is, if she just finds a different therapist, she may well start fixating on that different therapist too. And if I ever look back on this thinking, maybe we should... Oh, no. Relationship update. I missed a line. Reza and I are broken up for good. Yes! It's over. Finito. Haven't spoken to him in weeks. That is for the best, Zoe. It's much more for the best. And if I ever look back on this thinking, maybe we should get back together, then stop that, Zoe, and move on. Exactly. Third time's not the charm. Time to focus on making yourself happy and also maybe saving the world. One of the two. So, what else? I'm forcing myself to record all this now because if I don't, and someone finds my decomposing corpse in this depressing apartment, most likely cause of death, choking on a half-baked, rationed synth chocolate cookie, they will never know the true me. Note to whoever finds my body, delete this journal stat. Anyway, joking aside, did I make the right decision giving the data to Sully? I mean, it amounted to nothing. Baruti left Europolis, I lost a good friend, Reza fled to Iceland with the data, and the Hand hasn't been able to publish it yet. Okay, but there's hope, because he made it out. He's in Iceland, so potentially the data might still eventually get to be published. So I think, yes, it is the right choice. So what if we left Baruti? Baruti's not such a great friend if he's going to get all mad at us because we weren't willing to let him decide what to do with the data and cover for the party, right? Like, come on now. Sully's gone to God knows where, trying to pick up the pieces after the syndicate shut him down. It's a big mess, and I feel responsible. Should I have given the data to Baruti instead? No. If I had, maybe the story would be out there by now. Or maybe it wouldn't be out ever. But we'll never know. What's done is done. There are no second chances. So, dear reader and finder of my decomposing body, it's been a shitty few months. I eat terrible food, I watch way too many reality shows, I sleep like 15 hours a day, and I have no interaction with anyone. I might as well be dead. Oh, okay, that is really sad. One of the few friends she was making, because she didn't really know people here, was Nela, who's dead. Was kind of Mira, who's had to fire her. Although she could just she could just go hang around there to have someone to talk to, but then she'd just be berated and not even get paid for it. Oh no, and she can't hang around because you have to have a pass to get around anywhere in town. Everything's on total lockdown. On the positive side, I am getting a lot of reading done. Okay, so we are living in misery and now we don't even have power, and we're holding this hot pan because I dilly-dallied. Okay, where am I going to set it? Okay, first off, let's get the little bit of light we've got here. Is she holding the pan or... Okay, she set the pan down. That's good. Oh, she's got a Wonkers shirt on. Ha. Oh, is that what it says on the back, too? Watilla. Okay, so this thing is not on whatever... Great, maybe this is like a little battery operated neon? It's still got power. Interesting. Okay, so the cabinet looks like the only thing we can interact with. I think just maybe I have to get... Wait, there was a hand. What is it? It's hard to tell in the dark. Okay, there's something over here that we can do something with. There we go. Okay. Well, it's certainly glowing. There.
It's my emergency fuel cell. This is supposed to kick in when there's, well, an emergency. Like, total darkness. That's an emergency.
So it's the modern, couple centuries from now, replacement to generators, huh?
The cell must be dead. It's my emergency fuel cell.
Alright, let's mess with it.
I can jiggle it a bit. That sometimes works.
That doesn't seem great.
Nope, that did not work. I guess I need a new one. And I know just the person.
Are we allowed to leave the house? Oh. Yeah, it does seem like Mira would potentially be able to help us with that. Okay. It's reminding me of like a fire extinguisher that I know you're supposed to keep your fire extinguishers up to date. Do I even have one right now? I did have one in my house. And then I looked at it once and it was many, many years out of date. So it was kind of like if there ever was a fire. I think I threw it away because I thought if there ever was a fire, I don't want to attempt to use this and then have it totally fail or somehow make things worse because I haven't maintained it. So yeah, same kind of deal here. It's the type of thing you really should maintain for those very rare occasions when you need it, but it's kind of easy to sort of forget and let it slide. Can she get out or is her door like powered as well? Okay, she can get out. That's good. So at least in her society, she's unable to be arbitrarily locked in.
Your district is subject to syndicate mandated martial law. Please submit an approved destination or return to your home.
Well, I'm out of power.
Thank
That should...
you. The Pandemonium is your only approved destination. I will accompany you.
I'll go
Please,
there.
don't talk.
You don't need to be here. What a horrible way to live.
First sign you're living in a military state, an armed drone escorts you everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's generally a bad sign.
First sign you're living in a military state, an armed drone escorts you everywhere you go.
Alright, what happens if we try to go to the wrong way?
This is not an approved direction. Please continue along your pre-approved path.
Fine, fine, fine. But what if I go this way? It's gonna stop
Your
me.
destination is not in this direction. This is an illegal direction. You must be lost. An immediate course correction is required.
I'm curious if I do it enough times if there's gonna be any kind of consequence, or if it'll just keep turning me around and
Any further deviations from your approved destination and the eye in the sky will be alerted. Non-compliance will be punished to the full extent of the law.
Okay. I'm feeling contrary. What's over here?
This is not an approved direction. Please continue along your pre-approved path.
You said you were going to alert the eye in the sky.
Your destination is not in this direction.
Alright, she's
This
just
is
going to
an illegal
cycle through the
direction.
things she says.
You must be lost. An immediate course correction is required.
Alright.
Any further deviations from your approved destination and the eye in the sky will be alerted.
I just wanted to talk to this
Non-compliance
fella.
will be
He was
punished
on
to
the
full
route from
extent
my
of the
home
law.
over to here. Can I not go back at all?
This is not an
Ugh,
approved
I
direction.
guess I can't. Fine.
Please continue along your pre-approved path.
Opportunity missed. I can't even go right next door to the coffee. I like that we have to have pre-approved destinations for like emergency things, and I would think power outage counts, but all those people can go get their emergency custom coffees and drinks.
Stay close to your escort and don't deviate from your path. We're not fucking around anymore.
Well, you never were, really.
Shots to kill now.
You guys were always hostile and
No more
overbearing.
friendly banter from these guys. They're serious about the curfew. They actually shoot people now. No more friendly banter from these
Very well.
guys. They're serious about the curfew. They actually shoot people now.
Oh, all the...
Everything's closed. No customers, no permits. Everything's closed. No customers, no permits.
What about Queenie? How's she doing with all this?
I haven't seen Queenie around since I located Hannah for her. I haven't seen Queenie around since I located Hannah for her.
Just make a jump there, Zoe. Hop over, knock on her door, see what's up. No good. How's it going today, gentlemen? Can't talk to you? Very well. And we can't mess around in these hatches anymore. Well, not that we would want to with the bot following us around.
Mira's not officially in business anymore, but she'll do favors. Paid favors.
Do we have money for that?
Mira's not officially in business anymore, but she'll do favors. Paid favors.
I wonder if she's going to be even nastier than normal because she's frustrated that she's locked down, or if she's going to be feeling maybe a little bit lonely and so looking for some company. There's Wit.
I don't miss working for Mira, but that's all. I don't miss it. But I will miss her when she leaves. She's added spice to my humdrum life.
Leaves where?
I don't miss working for Mira, but blueprints of bots and what looks like neural interfaces. Mira calls that the main switch. I don't know what it switches, but it's important enough to have a box of its own.
What happens if we mess with it? Also.
I know Mira wants to diversify, but for the moment, the refurbished bot market is where she makes her platter. I'm sort of curious to learn what happens when I pull the main switch. At the same time, I'm also very keen on keeping my hands and arms.
Not gonna go for it?
I have an overwhelming desire to pull the main switch, and quite possibly witness reality implode. One of these days, Zoe.
One more try.
I'm sort of curious to learn what happens when I pull the main switch. At the same time, I'm also very keen on keeping my hands and arms. Code. Complex code for neural networks and brain-machine interfaces. There's a reason Wit's bots and, Mira's are the best in the biz. I'm going to miss Wit. I don't know why, exactly, since we've never had a conversation, but I'll still miss the big guy. There's a lot going on inside that head of his.
I could see still missing him, even if you never talk to him. If it's someone who's just a big, calm presence, especially to balance out this small, frenetic, angry presence. Right? If he's someone who never seemed to have a problem with you, tolerated you well, then yeah, you could have a kind of a friendship or some sort of affinity with such a person.
I'm going to miss Wit.
Alright, no option to
know
even
why,
attempt conversation,
exactly,
which would be
since we've never
pointless
had a
because he doesn't want to talk
conversation,
anyhow.
I'll still miss the big guy. There's a lot going on inside that head of his.
Alright, you.
Look what the bot dragged in. Maybe it's something I ate, but I actually feel relieved to see you, Betty.
Ah, getting lonely and bored, aren't
right?
you?
I'm really not. You?
You know, Wit is not exactly vivacious company. It's been quiet around here since we closed shop. I apologize for firing you with a pre-recorded message, by the way. Company policy.
You set the policy.
Don't worry about it. You said you closed shop.
There's no business. We don't even have wire access. It's like being on a really shitty desert island without sun, sand, or coconuts, or wire access. We're actually thinking about heading back to Mumbai. Well, I'm thinking about it. Wit will tag along wherever the road takes us. Anyway, you're here for your dreamer.
No.
What?
I fixed it.
Oh,
You had
totally
your
forgot
dream
about
machine
that.
delivered to me because it was broken about a month ago.
Okay, yep.
Does any of this ring a bell?
Go along with
Your
it, Zoe.
friend, that German suit.
Wait, maybe don't.
Said you'd come by to pick it up.
Which friend?
He looked like a Jaeger. I thought he was here to blow my brains out, but he was very personable.
What was wrong with it?
An early batch, bad soldering. I fixed several like it in the past. FYI, it's an off-the-shelf model that pings WATI servers with a device ID and your biometric data as soon as you connect. That won't be a problem unless they've put an alert out on you or that particular device. But I went ahead and blocked it anyway.
Thank you.
Still, it is a licensed product. There may be other security measures. I cannot be 100% sure that it won't alert WATI.
Don't use it then.
There are unlicensed streamers out there without any security chips. But Mr. London has that market locked up here in Propast. Given the trigger-happy toy soldiers out there, I wouldn't know how to get hold of one.
Why are you telling me all this?
I'll be fine with this one.
As long as you know the risks. If you weren't here for that, then why the house call?
Oh, fuel cell. The power went out and I don't have a working backup.
That's not very smart, Kutia. Lucky for you, I'm up to my neck in fuel cells. Anything particular you're in the market for?
The cheapest you have.
Grab one from that box over there. They're refurbished cells, but they'll keep your apartment going for a few weeks at least. Bring it back before it goes dead. I'll refill it for you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, lots of interesting things there. So I thought what she was getting at when she said, oh, your dreamer that I fixed for you, and I definitely do not remember giving her a dreamer. I thought maybe she had some kind of secret message that she wanted to pass along to us, and it was like loaded onto that or something. But then she's going on about this other person who dropped it off and how she blocked it. She blocked the basic biometric scans and stuff it has, but still Wadi might be able to track us with it, and I don't know. It feels a lot like something we shouldn't mess with.
You should go back home before your escort drone gets impatient. I don't want the eye knocking on my door with assault rifles.
Yeah.
It's been nice. I've been
Aw.
patient. Now I'd like to be alone with Strong and Silent here.
It actually has been overall pretty decent conversation with
Are
her.
you still here? God, Banchod, don't be here. Be elsewhere.
Okay, she's getting irritated now, but I mean, it's justified because I keep interacting with her and she already said she doesn't want to. Alright, fair enough. Let's get some fuel cells.
On my door with assault rifles.
But let's also look at this thing. Ominous.
For the life of me, I can't remember asking Mira to fix this. Am I losing my mind? I mean, I was in the hospital for severe trauma, and that's after spending a year in a coma.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that part, right? So she had all this drama. She was in the coma for a year. She gets her life back. She's working on some things, and then back to the hospital because caught up in a bombing. Good grief. Ooh. It's a nifty looking
So how
thing.
much do I owe you?
Consider it your severance package.
Aw.
If we're ever back in business, there will be a job for you. You're not too bad, Kurtia, despite appearances.
Thanks.
Thanks, I guess.
Alright, let's look at this thing.
This should bring my apartment back to life. It's alive! It's alive! Yeah, I've been cooped up for too long. This should bring my apartment back to life.
I didn't click this multiple
But if
times.
I didn't give this to Mira for repairs, who did? And if I did, why don't I remember it? And if I don't remember it, yep, I am going insane. What am I going to do with this? Except the obvious, which isn't... I don't have a choice, do I?
Well, you do.
The universe wants me back in Dreamtime.
You could refuse to use it.
For the life of me,
But-
I can't remember asking Mira to fix this.
Maybe using
Am I
it is
losing
the
my
way
mind?
to get back to our destiny
mean,
as a dreamer.
was
Like,
in
I don't
hospital for
approve of
severe
those
trauma,
machines,
and that's
but...
after spending a year in a coma.
Wait, what happened to that data I decrypted for you? Who did you end up giving it to?
The
I
hand.
gave it to the hand, but before they could publish it...
They were shut down. Where's the data now?
with Reza, in Iceland.
Iceland. The final refuge of rogue journalists. You didn't keep a copy?
That would have been smart.
I didn't want to risk it. Stupid, I know.
You may have just saved your ass. Too bad about the story, though. When is your Jorbo coming back?
I really don't know. When they feel it's safe, I guess.
That story needs to run, Kotria.
It does.
Whatever it takes, make it happen.
I don't know what to do to make it happen at this point. Not really involved in it, but...
I don't miss working for Mira, but... That's all. I don't miss it.
I mean, do we even have a way
But
to
I will miss
contact
her when
Reza?
she leaves. She's added spice to my hum.
You have expended your daily timeout.
Yeah.
I will now accompany you back to your registered domicile.
Oh, is it gonna blip
Don't
me right
bother.
back there?
I know
or
the
no?
way.
Every step you take, I'll be watching you, as mandated by martial law.
How about every breath I give up.
Okay. Well, we do get to at least walk ourselves back. I thought it was gonna just screen out and then back in and we're home. Okay, I want to look at my journal, though, and see if we got any updates. Nope. Okay. Who's this? Oh, are you Queenie's gal?
If she's here, Queenie must still be around. I thought she'd left. I haven't seen her in ages.
I would love to talk to Queenie, who is out. She's right there on her boat. This thing will get upset, but...
Miss Castillo? Queenie is requesting your immediate audience.
I would be delighted
Sure,
to do that.
But what about my escort?
You have arrived at your approved location.
Excellent.
Have a nice day.
Well,
You can come on board now.
thank you.
Impressive.
We do our best.
That girl's got strange eyes. Are they
I'm
some type
glad
of, like,
you're back on
augment,
your
or is
feet,
she
Zoe.
maybe
I
a
was hoping
robot?
to see you again before I left.
Where are you
You're
going?
leaving.
Well, I mean,
I heard the Hand was shut down. You had friends there.
Good friends. The Hand was going to publish an article about Watticorp conspiring with both Unity and European Dawn when the Syndicate shut them down. But they still have the evidence. My ex-boyfriend Reza brought it to Iceland. The data's safe there, but the Hand hasn't been able to publish it.
There's still a chance to make things right then.
okay.
This is why I wanted to speak with you.
All right, you've got a quest.
You knew the woman who set off the bomb.
Nela.
You were there.
I tried to stop her, but it was too late. I don't believe she planned to kill anyone. She wasn't...
Zoe, how would she...
Nela was a good person. She cared about people.
I think she cared about
She
the
gave
people
me
she
something
cared
to keep
about, but...
safe, but I lost it in the explosion. Maybe it could have explained why.
Our lives are shaped by events beyond our control. The choices we make can point us down one road or the other. But where that road ultimately leads... Your friend's death was not of her own making. The device she used was rigged. It was meant to disrupt the Eye, not to kill anyone.
What do you know about it, Queenie?
EMP. How do you know this?
Nela needed someone to help her assemble the device. Hannah came to me after the bombing. She was distraught. Of course, she had no idea what they were doing. But she is the link. She may be able to connect the bomb to the Syndicate.
The Syndicate is behind the attack on their own people.
Well, it gave a pretext for
Everyone
locking down
is
the city.
expendable. It all leads back to Watticorp, Zoe. They are consolidating their power and ridding themselves of loose threads.
Zoe's kind of a loose thread for them.
I'm leaving. This city is infected, rotting from the inside. You need to leave too.
Well, can we just leave with
But
you?
first, there's something you must do.
Ah,
Your memories.
They're coming back. I know what I need to do. The Dream Machine.
Be very careful. Powerful forces are converging here and elsewhere.
How do you...
I've been around a long time. You learn to read the signs.
does she know about Marcuria?
You're fading, Zoe.
Fading.
Like a page that's been left out in the sun too long. Do what needs to be done. Do not hesitate any longer. I've given you time to regain your resolve, but we're almost out of it now.
Who is this lady
If we
exactly?
both make it through the storm ahead, I'll find you again.
I hope so.
I will. Now go home and do what needs to be done. Wake up.
Is she someone we've met before
can
in
come
another
out
game
now.
and I didn't realize?
How long have you known I was here?
Do not mistake me for an old woman, Hannah.
You told her about...
There's no more time for secrets. Watticorp must be brought down. What you know will make a difference.
But I don't have any actual proof they were involved. I only made deliveries.
You know enough. Find the evidence. Work together with Zoe.
How do you know we can trust her?
She's like you. Someone who shapes dreams.
I know. I mean, I guessed when we met. But how is that even possible? I thought I was the only one.
Why do you think you were drawn together? Coincidence is a powerful force. Zoe needs your help. A terrible shadow has fallen over her.
How do you know this?
I don't. I'm not a fortune teller, and the future is never crystal clear. It branches and divides, indefinitely and infinitely, but there are patterns and signs, if you know where to look.
Do you have to leave?
They know I'm here now. Horticorp has been looking for me a long time. I'm a loose thread.
Okay, so she's definitely
I
someone we
promise I'll
know.
find you
It
again,
seems
Hannah.
like.
Your journey is just beginning. There are wonderful things in store for you. But for now, your job is to help Zoe finish her journey. Without that, without her, there will be no more stories. Afterwards, if the universe is still here, we can talk about the next chapter.
She's just gonna fly off on her chair. I thought she was gonna take her boat out of here to leave. I didn't think she would just... Alright, but she's obviously someone important, and I feel like she's probably someone... She's some sort of iteration of a person we've seen before, and I'm just not recognizing her. Hannah also seems like she's got to be really important, and I almost thought, like, because Saga's got to tie into this somewhere too, and we saw that she stepped out of her home in another time. And I was almost thinking, well, maybe Hannah is like an older Saga, going by a different name, but her voice is very different too. She's got a very different accent. I suppose it's still possible if she's young and she gets lost and can't find her way back home, then maybe she... I don't know. We'll see. For now, let's fix our fuel cells.
It's my emergency fuel cell.
So that we can see what is going on in here. Much better. Enter dream time, you say.
My cooking has improved. I now serve great scrambled eggs, and my bacon is legendary.
So what happened to the pan that we were using and all the food that was in there when the power went out? Where did we set it down?
Let's see. A boxed meal for every day of the week, courtesy of the corporations. Life should be this easy. Let's see. A boxed meal for every day of the week, courtesy. My cooking has improved. I now serve great scrambled eggs, and my bacon is legendary.
Alright, anything else to comment on in the house? Yes, I saw the goals update. We need to go into dream time. But...
It's mad out there. Martial law, full curfew, eyes everywhere, queues for rations. It's like a war zone, the Syndicate versus... us. What else is there to do except watch the screen? Right. The Dream Machine. Horticorp has won our undivided attention.
Alright, well...
Rez is still stuck in Iceland with Baruti's data. We haven't spoken since he left Propast. Almost 2 months ago.
Actually, that concerns me now. She said in her journal that we're done. It's over forever. But is it really done, or is it he just hasn't been able to contact her, and when he comes back, he's going to try to strike things up again? Resist, Zoe, resist. Alright, I think, because I have a feeling going to Dreamtime is going to be a big deal, we'll go ahead and end things here, and then when we come back next time, back to Dreamtime. We're going to give this dream machine a try.